Hey there guys, welcome to the video. My name is Pushpinder Gill, and in this video we're going to be talking about the circular flow model of income. So we're going to be talking about the circular flow model of income. Let's go ahead and get started, guys. Right now, what is this model all about? Right, so if I talk about this model, what is this model all about? It actually tells us that what is the flow of income in the economy. So flow of money, basically flow of money in the economy. Well, there are various factors in which the money actually flows, because if the money is not flowing in an economy, then the economy is, it's actually in a lot of trouble. So the money has to flow in the economy. So if I talk about the circular flow of income, which is actually very, very easy, I'm going to divide it into two basic parts. So the first part is actually going to be your households, right? So this is going to be your household. So what are households? Households are the consumers of the product, right? So what do they do is, what do these households do? They actually buy goods and services. That's what they do. Fine. So they buy goods and services. And whom do they buy these goods and services from? They actually buy these goods and services from firms, right? So firms are there which actually sell them those goods and services. So what do they do? So what is something that they actually take from the households? Now these firms actually sells goods and services, so they sell goods and services. The other thing that they do is they actually buy the factors of production from the household. So what do? They buy factors of production from the household. So what are the factors of production? The factors of production include land, labor, and capital. So the factors of production actually include land, labor, and capital. Right? So these are the three factors of production that they actually take from the household. And what do the household do? They actually buy goods and services, and in return, what do these households do? They provide income to, the firms. Fine. So they provide income to the firm. So let's suppose this is, if I just talk from this point of view. So what do? Is they provide income to the firm, and in turn, and they also provide land, labor, and capital to the firm. So this is income and land, labor, and capital. And what do the firms do? They in turn provide goods and services to the households, right? So you have both ways. So both ways the income is flowing. Income is flowing to firms also, and income is flowing to households also, right? Now there are some income leakages and expenditures. So let's talk about the income leakages, and let's talk about income injections, or let's talk about the expenditure, or let's talk about injections. Now what do you mean by leakages, right? So what do you mean by leakages? Leakages are the money which is going away from the system, money which is going outside the system, which is actually neither in the firm's hand or neither in the household's hand. So this is the money which is neither in firm's hand, or they are neither, or nor they are in household's hand, right? So this is what is happening here. So this is what you mean by leakages. And what do you mean by injections? Injection is, or let's say expenditure, is the money which is actually introduced in the system neither by the firm nor by the household, right? So it's actually introduced by some third party or some other party, right? So let's see what are those leakages and what are those what are those leakages and what are those uh, injections. Now the first leakage is actually the first leakage that comes is actually taxes. That is the first leakage which happens. So what happens? The firms also pay taxes, and even the households also pay taxes, right? So the first leakage that actually comes, it comes from taxes. The next leakage is that comes for the economy is actually, it actually comes from buying imports. So let's suppose there is some sort of product, or let's suppose some sort of raw material which is not available in the market, right? So let's actually not available from the households. So these firms actually will be buying those will be buying those raw material from outside the economy. So that means this acts as an income leakage. The income leaves the economy. So if a firm is just importing all its product, that means all the income of the firms is actually going outside the economy, which is a bad sign for the economy. Another thing is that uh, another thing that is that acts as a leakage is savings. So whenever the households save money, what happens is in turn is that that money goes out of the system. It's lying in a bank. It's actually of no use to anyone, right? So that goes out. That actually acts as a leakage for the economy. Now, what about the injections? Now, if you observe over here, this taxes is something which is actually, so this tax over here is something which is being taken care by the government sector. Fine. This imports is something which is taken care by the foreign sector, which comes under the foreign sector. And the savings is something which comes under the banking sector. Now, all these three are responsible for, if they are responsible for leakages, they're responsible for some money injection as well. Now, how does government input or introduce money in the system? What do government do? So the government invest money. So the government investment, so whatever you see, those infrastructure investment and everything investment, whenever government invests money in the economy, that means the government is introducing money in the economy. And how does the foreign sector introduce money in the market? Is actually via exports. So when they sell those products, they actually introduce money in the economy. And another thing, how do the banking sector introduce money in the economy? It's actually investment. So whenever whatever money is actually saved in the market, whatever the money is saved, what does the banking sector do? It actually invests the money in the market, and it actually invests the money in the market, and that actually acts as an injection in the economy, right? So these three are the leakages, and these three are the injections into the economy. Now everything depends on everything depends, are the taxes more than government investment, or the government investing more than taxes? So if let's suppose that the taxes are more than the government investment. So let's suppose the taxes are more than the government investment. That means there are more leakages, right? Let's suppose that the imports are more than exports. That means again there are leakages in the economy. So the government has to set that, right? And let's suppose savings are more than investment. Then again there are leakages in the economy, right? Leakages of income. Right? So looking at this part, this actually helps the government to find out what is if the money is leaking from the market, what is the reason? Why is that money leaking from the market? And these are the possible reasons. So they can actually take certain measures to avoid that, right? So usually what happens is that the leakages are not equal to the injections. The leakages are not equal to injections. So if leakages are more than injections, then government needs to spend more money, and for it to spend more money, it will actually involve more taxes from the people, and more investment, right? So it's actually kind of a cycle which goes through, right? But in the real world, it's unlikely for the leakages to be completely equal to injections. However, this is what a government would want. It would neither want more injections nor it would want more leakages, right? So that is about this the circular model of income here, guys. So these are all the components. The household and the firms are the two bodies which actually play a vital role, and these are their objectives. This is what they do. This is how they give money to the firms. This is how they take money from the firms. Same for the firms as well. And there are some income leakages and income injections which are happening, and this actually corresponds to various sectors, right? So I suppose you're understanding this point over here, guys. So thank you very much for watching this video. I suppose you understood this video, guys. In the next video, we're going to be talking about the measurement of economic activity, which is the measurement of GDP, GNP, and GNI, right? So we're going to be talking about that in the next video. I suppose you'll be sticking for that. Before we move forward, guys, don't forget to explore our website, that is perfect-course.com. Everything is labeled, organized. It's made for you there. So watch the videos there. You'll find all the videos there. This would be our Facebook page to give us your valuable like, and this would be an email address to give us your valuable feedback. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like us and follow us on Twitter. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.